Hey everybody, this is Mr. Storm. I got some sleep and I'm feeling a whole lot better about this whole thing. I did forget to show you one thing that I did yesterday. I didn't change anything since the last video because I went right to sleep. But it's a little later than I wanted to start my day. It's like 9:30, 9:50 actually. Ooh. But it's fine. I needed the sleep. Yesterday was rough. There's one thing I didn't show you yesterday. Let me show you here. I also implemented a scoring system. By the way, I updated the font as well. If you see, like, the font that I was using was terrible. But I implemented a scoring system, which whenever you beat the level, it's a star system. So there's 3 stars possible. One, you get 1 star just from beating the level. You get another star if you beat the level without dying once. And you get another star if you beat the level while collecting all of the gems. So I've implemented that and I've tested it out. It fully works. Okay, so the goal today is to actually, really, for reals, start building levels. Okay. Like I said, I have about 9 levels planned out and probably another 9 just in my brain, ready to go. And I'm going to be coming up with ideas as I go anyway. So this will be a short video, but I do kind of want to show you what I've been listening to while I've been working on this, because I need music when I'm programming. So let me just show you what I've been listening to throughout this whole process. Okay. So day one, I wanted to listen to like the best albums of all time. Okay. Just to set the tone. So of course I started with the best album of all time, Dark Side of the Moon. Okay. So if you have a record player, if you have an album collection and you don't have this album, what are you even doing? Then I went with Led Zeppelin. Okay. Fantastic album. Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. Banger. Okay. Now, this next one's a controversial choice. I said best albums of all time, and some of you are going to be confused, but hear me out. Forrest Gump soundtrack. Okay. Now, look, you're thinking best albums of all time? What? This soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks of any movie ever. Like, listen to the track list. So we've got some Elvis Presley. We've got Clarence Frogman Henry. All right. Joan Baez, Creedence Clearwater, Four Tops, Aretha Franklin, Bob Dylan, Beach Boys, Buffalo. That's just side A. Like, crazy, right? All right. Then I have Elton John's Diamonds. This is like all of his biggest hits in the world. It's a 4-sided album with incredible tracks. Very best of Beach Boys, or Sounds of Summer, one of the greatest albums ever. Fantastic work. Okay. Beatles from 67 to 70, right? It's a double album with only songs from 1967 and 1970. Fantastic. I don't have Sgt. Pepper's, so that's a good stand-in. And then I have Pink Floyd, The Later Years. This is from 87 to 2019. The reason why I love this album, though, is it has Shine On You Crazy Diamonds, parts 1 through 5, live, which is one of my favorite Pink Floyd songs. But yeah, so I started the day with Pink Floyd and ended the day with Pink Floyd. That was day 1. Okay. Then day 2, we went with even more greatest albums of all time. These are some of my favorites that I just didn't get to in day 1 because I ran out of time. Beatles Revolver, which is a wonderful album, fantastic album, probably my favorite Beatles vibe. Greatest time period for the Beatles, I think. Boston, awesome album. Not one bad song on this whole album, no skips whatsoever. One of my favorite albums of all time, Billy Joel, The Stranger. Fantastic album. You'll be hard pressed to find better Billy Joel songs. We have Aerosmith's Greatest Hits. Solid pick. Journey. Yeah, everybody needs a little Journey in their life. Best of the Doobies. I love me some Doobie Brothers. Then we have Bob Seger's Greatest Hits. You notice I have a lot of Greatest Hits albums. My philosophy behind this is if I'm collecting albums, unless it's a core great album, I'll buy that. But if it's just a band that I like that have a bunch of great albums, I'll buy the Greatest Hits, and that covers most of what I'm looking for. For example, Eagles, right? This is, I think, the second best-selling album of all time. This is their Greatest Hits from 71 to 75. Fantastic album. It's got a bunch of good stuff on there. Rush, Moving Pictures. How can you go wrong with Rush, right? And then I ended the day with Pink Floyd, The Wall. Again, if you have an album collection and you don't have The Wall, what are you even doing with your life? So that's day 1 and 2. Let's talk about yesterday. So, yesterday was a long day. I only listened to a couple of albums yesterday before I started getting so frustrated. I had to just turn the music off and just focus. That's rare for me. I don't really do that. But yesterday, the vibe was going to be kind of like rock, punk rock, some harder stuff, that kind of vibe. I started off kind of fun with My Chemical Romance. I'm a millennial, I love My Chemical Romance. Then we went to some AC/DC, If You Want Blood, great album. Whole lot of Rosie, High Voltage, it's good stuff on there. Okay. Then I went with some more obscure stuff. My dad put me onto these guys. They're kind of thrash punk almost. It's so GBH. So I have 2 of their albums. City Baby, Attacked by Rats. Think like dirtier Ramones or Sex Pistols, like even worse than that. Like if Gwar was a punk band, kind of. And then I have their next album, GBH, City Baby's Revenge, 101 Ways to Kill a Rat. Okay. After that, I went to Pearl Jam. Amazing album. Fantastic album. Then Blink-182. Again, I'm a millennial, classic album, core album. And then I ended with Green Day Dookie, which fantastic album, great album. But by the time this was over, I was like, you know what? I'm not putting on any more music. I'm just going to go straight to development. Okay. So that was yesterday. Here's the plan for today. I'm confident. I'm feeling good. I'm making some levels. I've got a good plan. I'm feeling myself today. So today is all hip hop. We're going to start with Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers. Probably my favorite hip hop album. Actually, one of my favorite. I have some other favorites in here, but Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, that's going to start us off today. Then we're going to go to NWA, Straight Outta Compton. Okay, NWA, fantastic. Then I feel like we need to keep Dre going a little bit, so we're going to go to The Chronic. Then my actual favorite hip-hop album of all time, Doggy Style. Okay, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style. You can't go wrong with that. Then I figure we'll throw in some Tupac, some Machiavelli. It's a good choice. Then my next favorite hip-hop album of all time, I'd have to say my top 3 are Doggy Style, 36 Chambers, and Eminem, Slim Shady LP. Okay. Wonderful album. Fantastic album. I remember when I was a kid, I bought this album and my mom was cool with it. And then she heard the lyrics and she was like, you got to take that back. You got to take it back to the store. This was the only album that she ever made me take back to the store. I'm an adult now, Mom. I own it. Anyway. And then we'll finish up the day with Stank on Ya. You got to have some Outkast in there, right? So that's my picks for today. Tomorrow, let me show you what's left. So tomorrow we're gonna do kind of like a new wave. I don't know. It's gonna be kind of hard to describe. Just some more like confident music. All right. So tomorrow we're gonna start with ELO, best of ELO. I love ELO. And to keep that vibe going, we're going to go with Guardians of the Galaxy, Awesome Mix Volume 1. And then Guardians of the Galaxy, Awesome Mix Volume 2. I don't have Volume 3 yet. I should pick it up, but these two are great albums, fantastic albums. So a lot of good stuff on there, good mixture of solid tracks. Then the best-selling album of all time, Thriller. We'll do that tomorrow. Okay. Then we'll go with some Childish Gambino, Awaken My Love. Great album. If you haven't heard this album, even if you're not a fan of hip hop or anything, like you've got to listen to this album. There's soul, there's some pop music in here. It's wonderful. We'll do the best of the Cars. This is a double album. A lot of great stuff on here. And then one of my favorite albums, Bill Withers' Greatest Hits. Dude, Bill Withers. I mean, come on. This is gonna be a problem. When this comes on, I sing along with every song. I can't help it. This is gonna be fun. And then Pulp Fiction soundtrack. A lot of good vibes on this one. This is gonna be good. I'm excited for that. And then I have a couple albums. These are actually my daughter's albums. I've never actually listened to a Billie Eilish album all the way through. I've listened to certain songs. So I'm going to finish up with a couple of Billie Eilish albums. This one, I don't know what it's called, but this one has the Bad Guy on it. So I like Billie Eilish. I just never really listened to all of her albums. That and then Happier Than Ever. So I'm going to listen to both of these at the end and just kind of see what the hype is all about. I like Billie Eilish, but I don't know. We'll see. So that's the plan. That is the soundtrack for all of the development. If you like my music taste or you want, you make some suggestions, please do. But the plan today is to start with Wu-Tang. So I'm going to go ahead and put that record on, and I'm going to start developing levels. And I'll see you guys this evening. All right. Peace.